Did it go through? That's the question. Hey, it went through.
I'm like,
Now let me share that thing.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't figure out how can I share this with you.
It went through. Ain't that something? God, it's good. We went through this week.
They want us to be great this week.
Last week they was trying to make us suspect. We weren't great. We was suspect. I was like, they trying to make us look like we don't know what we doing. My wife just went live. I got her notification. They ain't tripping on her being great. Go on, be great
How y'all do
then.
2 shows at once, man? Y'all do 2 shows at once.
Hey man, just think if we ever monetize this thing. If we ever monetize this thing like you were talking about last night, monetizing our online presence. Why I'm making a few dollars. My wife making a few dollars. We get Miss Mac her own show. Make her a few dollars. We more money, more money, more money. It's easier said than done though.
Show would be crazy. You should have some of her friends on there, or it would be off the chain.
I would be the biggest fan. 'Cause I know Jada Pinkett ain't got nothing on Miss Mac. Spilled the tea. She better not have no.
She better not do no
Oh yeah.
entanglements. I can tell you that.
I had an entanglement with August, like with a straight face. He was like, entanglement? I mean, that is so classic, man. That is so classic and tragic at the same time.
Man, my heart, you'd have heard my heart break on something like that. They literally would have heard something go.
I would have came across that table, spell it. Entanglement, spell it. I'd be like, spell it. I don't know what that is. What is that?
What are you trying to tell me?
This is some Bill Clinton code. What is entanglement? Like, no, I did not have relations with that. Did you or did you not? I did not have relations with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. That woman.
That would be tough, man.
Uncle Chuck.
Heart would have been broke.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, but I had an entanglement with August. Him. He got you too.
I've been like, why not September? At least with my birthday month.
I'd be like, that daggone August, man. Everybody be like, you don't know August, do you? Oh, I know August. I think we gotta go get August. He's the problem. August is the common denominator here.
Yeah, I do have a arm.
All right, let's see. I hear Miss Mac loud and clear, so I think we live and in color, man. What it is, what it do, and what it look like, man. AC here.
What's up, people?
Macadocious over there. I'm the Orange Mamba. That's Mac Attack. We got to keep adding to the nicknames, man. That's what people do. Macadocious.
Adding to the nickname. It all depends on who know me, man. By who knows me, that's the nickname. I know if you know me from back in the days, it's either Little Jim or Jimbo. That's how I know.
Jimbo.
When I got to college, all my college friends is Jimmy Mac.
Jimmy Mac.
So
Mike Estrada, the baseball guru, says he needs some entanglements. He's single.
Oh.
I don't know if it's an entanglement if you're single. That's called libations and festivities. Entanglements.
Libations and festivities.
That's like Step Brothers activities. We could do so many activities.
Yeah, when you single, man, if you ain't got no commitments, man, do what you got to do.
It's entanglement.
Just don't mess up. Just don't mess with somebody else's, man. That's all I say.
Right. So
do you? Don't mess with somebody else's, man.
That was
that's just
bad.
That
was the first time I ever heard the word entanglement. So I had to look it up. As soon as she said it, I had an entanglement with August. I'm like, ooh, what is that? She got tangled. She got tangled up.
Were they wrestling?
They were wrestling. So now, as a negative connotation, is that it's fornication and adultery. So single people are allowed to fornicate. Married people are not allowed to have adulterous activities, which also means entanglements. Rio now.
Jenny.
To
me, we gotta, when you say that you made a commitment to somebody, man, you gotta
Oh,
You gotta
man.
hold on. You gotta do that, man. You can't. You gotta understand what the repercussions of that stuff is gonna be. Especially if you high profile.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Repercussions.
seen all over the place, man. I feel bad for Will Smith because they're high profile. I mean, they're gonna survive it, obviously, and good for them. But others who go through that it just ruins their lives.
Oh yeah.
So it just
Well,
I feel for people who go through that.
there's a Bible verse that says, "You don't destroy just you. You destroy your family and that other person's family." So why engage? Miss Mack is going to educate us. It's an entanglement if he is entangled with somebody else's spouse. Thank you, Miss Mack. And it's clear that Jada knew what that was before she entangled with August. Mike said, "Nah,
I
fellas."
just know this. That happened in my house. The only entanglement that would go on after that is me fighting my sister-in-laws. It would be all I want.
Oh
I think my
man.
brother bad, but they won't get to me before my sister-in-laws get to me. I think that's where I might have to run and hide. Just keep your garage open, AC.
Oh man, just don't do it. Don't mess around, man. I know you said you can trade in Miss Mac at 60, like a SUV, like
Oh,
like you
they
go.
never in at 60 with ease. No 60-year-old woman. What the heck is the game? That ain't part of the game.
What you trying to do with a
Nobody told
60-year-old
me
woman?
that.
He said, "I'm gonna need all kind of hall passes. You can stay. I'm gonna need a hall pass. You 60, I'm 60. What we gonna do? We gonna watch Netflix. We gonna watch Hulu.
Already do that.
We gonna watch all these programs. Don't touch me. We gonna watch all these programs. Get your hands off me. Them days over with." Oh, Miss Mac.
Oh no, I can't do that, man. I never envisioned myself a no 60-year-old woman. What I want with a 60-year-old woman?
Miss Mac said,
Man.
ain't no hall pass jumping off. She's gonna have the whole sorority at your house with picket signs.
Oh Lord,
Mac
they better be
can't
picketing
leave.
hard
Here goes Rio. If
because
you
I'm sneaking out the back door.
all right, here go Mac said,
Jim gonna come help his daddy sneak out the back door.
if you got 3 ladies whooping on you, Jimmy, are you swinging to get them off, or do you just leave? Huh? These women ain't no lightweights. They gonna have hands on them. You gotta do something.
I'm gonna get back in shape when I'm 60. I'm gonna be in full shape by then. So I can run.
D Mac 5, you know
60.
if the women keep them legs closed, it won't be nothing going on. No entanglement. Hey, it sounded like she was like, what? What, Will? You doing all these movies and you saying you're such a thespian, you have to go ahead and perform the act. So I had an entanglement with August.
Oh man.
Well, that's the industry. Can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Sometimes you have to give up your soul to make a little cash.
Nah,
I don't know
man.
if I'm willing to do that, man. I can't give up my soul to make cash.
I do it like Denzel, man. I do it like Denzel. I'm not doing no heavy scenes with none of these chicks. I can do my act. I can do my art without all that and still be one of the highest paid actors that ever do it. One of the best to ever do it. Never compromised.
Yep.
Always chose his roles very strategically. Some guys ain't got that kind of juice. They had to go ahead and,
Yeah.
I mean, Halle Berry, give it up for the Oscar. That's what she did.
Oh my God, man. Was that even acting?
No, that wasn't acting.
That looked real.
Tommy
Monsters Ball. That looked real.
Tommy Lee went ahead and got him a little sugar for the for the scene. I'm like, if you want to really get this Oscar, I can make this happen.
I was like, man, that don't look like acting. That looked real.
It don't look real. I was like, nah.
Because I remember I didn't see that in the movies. I saw that at home on the couch. I was like, I hope my wife don't walk up in here on this.
This is what are you watching?
Honey?
You would never guess. This is a very serious piece. It just got a little ratchet right now. D Max said she knows
When
what
that
she's doing.
happened,
And she knows what she's doing.
I was surprised. I was surprised, man, when I seen that scene. Somebody had warned me about it. That was like, dude, you're not gonna believe that scene. And I'm like, man, it's just acting.
No.
Then I seen that scene. I was like, I don't think that was acting.
Hey man, I was like, this is a throwback to Wesley Snipes and Mo Better Blues. Like, hey,
Yeah.
they say the real actors don't mess around. They get in the character. So I'd back off. Say, hey, if you're gonna take this role, you read the script, you signed up. Hey, it is what it is. Denzel had to play a thug to get his. That was his compromise, to play a thug. Halle Berry said, "I'm gonna go ahead and give up this kitty cat for this Oscar. Y'all better give me the Oscar now. Don't worry about it. You'll get the Oscar. You'll get the Oscar."
They gave it to her. She got it.
She got it in a number of ways.
She got that Oscar on that one. I was like, man, if that was acting, that's the best acting I've ever seen in my life.
We'll never know because we weren't there. Real said, if there was 3 chicks on him, for me, I'm slapping one of them, and the other's gonna get the picture. Oh, they'll see that you slap one, they're gonna jump back. I don't know if you know some sisters from this around the way. You slap one, it's gonna make it worse. It's like putting gasoline on the fire.
Rio from Chicago. I'm quite sure Rio done ran into some Waukegan girls in his time. Them Waukegan girls ain't nothing nice. You ain't just slapping no Waukegan girl and getting away with it. Waukegan girls have you running through the street like Smokey on Friday in your underwear and a t-shirt. It's because Waukegan girls don't play.
Not at all. Jada can go with Will anywhere. Excuses are the tools. You fill in the blank. Thank you, Miss Mac. Jennifer, oh Jenny, what you talking about? She said, there's not enough money in the world to give up your soul. Amen, sister. But some people give their life to their craft, and that's the small fee to pay. Like we're seeing all these little young rappers destroying their whole face for the culture.
Oh, the dude that decided to be Vision? What's his name?
Him too, Lil Uzi Vert. No hops.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert ain't got no hops, but he's vertical. Uzi Vert said he's gonna die at 27. He says it. That's what his little oath was. So we'll see. Keep an eye on him. Facts, Miss Mac. We don't know her sisters. I have an idea because I have sister-in-laws and they would come for you. The first slap. All right, man. We got March Madness. Is your bracket busted up already?
Man, my brackets are usually always busted up, man, because sometimes I decide to pick with my head and not my heart. I didn't even pick my Bruins last night, but they came through for me. I had Michigan State actually running through that bracket.
Shame on them.
Because I felt they were helped. I know, shame on them.
Shame.
I feel like I'm in
Game of Thrones.
You
need to walk naked.
Freaking that bell.
You need to walk naked down Bruin Walk. Just walk naked down Bruin Walk. There's Jimmy Mack, butt naked with a walk. You need to walk down there butt naked with a black mouthpiece. Jimmy Mack, shame. I got the Bruins. Let's see. I had the Bruins. Well, that's the playing game, so it's not even showing up on my bracket yet. So we don't get no points for that first win. Mm-hmm. That's terrible. I feel like I
know, that's crazy.
We in the playing game. Two blue blood teams playing in the playing game. That was just bad. They got the first of the no hit. They got the first game, Norfolk State versus Appalachian State, and then we have Michigan State versus UCLA. I'm like, ooh, we got to do better. But I had Norfolk State.
Definitely got.
I picked Norfolk State.
Oh yeah.
Norfolk.
I had both HBCUs winning. So
what's the other one?
But I have the next round. They're both going out the next round. I think Texas Southern has the best chance.
Oh, Texas Southern. I don't know why
they have the best chance to play in Michigan.
I don't know why I thought Morehead State was a black college.
No, Phil Simms went to Morehead State.
Well, they got white guys in black college.
They got do,
Phil Simms. Maybe Phil Simms like the sisters. Maybe Phil Simms like the little chocolate, a little chocolate on his ice cream. Morehead State.
Probably do.
All right, man. San Diego State got beat. Chumps.
That hurt. I always cheer for San Diego State. All the Southern California teams, if you make the tournament, I cheer for you.
You cheer for them. You hope. Now, the Ohio State, number 2 in the bracket, gone. Oral Roberts. All right, who picked that, honestly?
Ain't Oral Roberts a dentistry school?
No.
Oh,
it's not?
It's a junior college.
Sure.
It's a junior college. They specialize in breast implants. And my wife call it the suction thingy. They suction the fat out and put it.
They do liposuction?
And they put it in your booty. Is that surgery called? Where you take the fat from the stomach and put it in your booty?
It's liposuction.
Yeah,
liposuction. Liposuction. Then they inject it. They inject your fat back into your butt.
Yeah, man. I'm suspect. I'm suspicious of anybody now that has an hourglass. Because what I've seen, my wife showed me with these people getting these surgeries done. I said, man, who's natural? I can tell by the thighs. If you ain't got thighs to match, that's a dead giveaway. Who in here talking stuff? Oh, Rio talking to Miss Mac. The ladies don't scare me. All right, watch out there, Rio. You're gonna get popped upside the head.
Hey, Rio, I'm gonna tell you this.
The BBL, Jennifer. The BBL surgery. It's disgusting.
The first time I met my sister-in-laws, Rio, before I got married, I was picking them up from the hospital because one of them broke her hand fighting, and the other one was just, I guess they're in support at the hospital. But they shut down the whole street of Crenshaw to fight. And I'm just like, this is what I'm marrying into. This is crazy.
Hide your kids.
I love it though.
Hide your wife. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Well,
they come into town. It's over with. You better run.
It's a done deal. Jennifer said it's a Brazilian butt lift. That's a daggone shame. I'm gonna go get me a Brazilian butt lift. I'm like,
what they got for the men?
Surprisingly, men are getting their abs done. She showed me a YouTube where a guy was getting his abs done. Dude was getting his abs chiseled the same way the girls was getting their fat taken out. And then like lasering some abs in. I said, now what if he gets some abs naturally and they don't line up? Like you got double ripples. You ain't got a 16 pack because they didn't line up right. Now you got a washboard for real.
Your abs got abs.
Oh no,
your
man.
Abs got abs.
I heard somebody got their calves done. And I said, come on, man, just do some calf raises. They like some people can't grow a calf. Right? Some people can't grow calves. And I said, well, then it wasn't meant to be. You ain't supposed to have calves if you got to get calf implants. All right, so I picked a 5 over a 12. That's the key.
Which one did you have?
I picked.
Which one?
I picked Oregon State over Tennessee. That's how you get them points.
I did.
Pac-12?
Because I cheer for the Pac-12.
Pac-12. And I hate Tennessee from them throwing them Jack Daniel bottles at us and throwing them oranges at us and calling us the N-word. So Tennessee can kick rocks. Every time I see them, they can kick rocks.
Yep.
But I did lose San Diego State.
So women's basketball program. I like the women's basketball program.
That's the only thing good about them. Candace Parker and Pat Summitt. There are a couple other players that played there. Shamika Holtzclaw, a couple other players. Catching. Yeah, some good players, but Candace Parker for the eye candy. When she's on the little Tuesday show, she was really nice, and she's, she let go of that hammerhead husband of hers. And she's back in the good.
Who, that Klingon?
The Klingon she with. Now the women's bracket doesn't start till next week, right?
It's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow?
It's Saturday. I think it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think that's how the women's go.
I feel a little bad.
That's how the women.
I should have had UCLA go a little further. I haven't made it to the Elite Eight. The Grade 8. Is it Elite 8? Grade 8.
It's great. Well, the ladies, it's the Elite 8, but there's still Elite 8 on both sides. No, it starts Sunday. It goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And now what's the proper term? Women's, ladies, or girls? Women's basketball.
Women's.
Ladies basketball.
Women's.
Lady texters. Lady.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they use that for their nicknames.
Lady Tigers, Lady Gamecocks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm keeping my eye. We got a whole slate of games tomorrow. All the games in the top. The bracket
games.
Yeah. So the women don't play till Sunday. So tomorrow we got Gonzaga versus Norfolk State. What's it gonna look like for Norfolk? Are they gonna even? Nah, man.
I think a good first half, and then Gonzaga's depth and talent overwhelms, and coaching overwhelms them. Mark Few's a good coach, even though he hasn't, won it yet. But I think that he will. I mean, it's Norfolk State. Gonzaga's not going to go out in the first round like Virginia did a couple of years ago. So
Tragic.
I really think that would be. But then Virginia made up for it. They won it the very next year. So
They did. They did.
You know, but to be the first number 1 seed to go out to a 16 seed, I know that had to hurt.
I mean, you go
I know
down.
that
You almost absolutely must win the following season. And it kind of segues into one of our later on subjects about best teams ever. And you talk about that UNLV team that beat Duke by 40 points in the championship game.
Yeah.
And then come back the next year and lose to the same team. Scoop Jackson. Scoop Jackson said it wasn't no throw.
I know what you. I know what y'all. But when I think about that, man, that had to be a throw. There's no way Duke got that much better the next year, even with adding Grant Hill. You don't get that much better, and then Coach K didn't become that much better of a coach. It was a lot of timely fouls.
Oh yeah.
A lot of bad play UNLV part. Was it you that said, or was it AC that said, Greg Anthony comes out shooting. He just comes out shooting. That's not their game plan. That's never been their game plan. The game plan was Augment and Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
Because who on Duke team stopped those two guys? Nobody.
Allah Abdul Nabi, was he on that team? Allah Abdul Nabi,
I think
Grant Hill, them Davis brothers, Bobby Hurley. No way. Same guys. And I believe was Grant Hill a freshman the previous year, and then he was a sophomore and he was ready to play? Is that what that difference was?
No, he was a freshman. He was a freshman that year. He was a freshman that was his freshman year.
Oh man,
that was his
Stacey
freshman.
Stacey Augment eats freshman Grant Hill up if he wants to. If he wants to. But I don't like Shai Chamo said. You know if he got paid off. That hot tub scene told the story for me. Them boys was not ready to play.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Johnson was shooting threes. That's not something that he did a lot. But then all of a sudden he's out there just shooting threes. It was very sketchy.
Very sketchy.
It was very.
I might have to watch the game tonight just to watch it, just because. I want to turn the sound off too. I want to see, like I told Rodney Saucier and AC Carter, watch it with your referee eyes too. Are those calls legitimate?
Yeah.
Because them boys had 4 fouls in the first
and
half.
Think about it. That UNLV team got better because they added 2 more NBA players that they did get a lot of playing time.
Right.
But Elmore Spencer and Everett Gray were on that team the next year that lost. So they beat them with 3 NBA players, but then lose to the same team with 5 NBA players.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Made no sense.
That makes no sense.
We know what the nose knows. All right, man. So we got a full slate tomorrow. Check them out. NFL free agency, hot and ready, like a Little Caesar pizza. It's on. Who going where? Juju turned down the Eagles, man. I'm not really mad about that.
I'm not mad about it, but if I'm Juju, I'm turning them down too. You don't have a real proven quarterback. I want Jalen Hurts to do well because that's my team, and he's only gonna do well if he can get some good targets. But Juju said nah. But to me, taking your chance again with Big Ben, who hadn't been targeting you over the past 2 years, I would have been pretty ready for a fresh start.
I would have dipped.
I'd have been.
What was his choices were? He could have went to Philly. He could have gone.
Was in Baltimore one of the
Baltimore. He could have gone to, I want to say Detroit, but Philly offered him a multi-year deal. Mm-hmm. Now you stuck with Big Ben throwing you 2-yard passes. That offense was just like hard to watch last year. But he said he took less money. Jane Mack said he took the $8 million so he could be paid more next year. You got to perform to get that more. You got to ball out like a number 1 this year. You can't let the Claypool kid take your spot.
And Claypool really, to me, ain't that good. He makes plays through a lot of he gets a lot of attempts. He gets a lot of opportunities. So he eventually is going to make plays. But I'm with Rio. Juju's a number 2 without a doubt. But he would have been the best receiver without a doubt on the Eagles.
Oh, I mean, Jimmy, you can go right now. You can be number 3, and you ain't even in shape. So by about 4 weeks, you be number 1 receiver, Jim. Everybody can go down there. I mean, I might have to go ahead and take my cleats off the wall and see if I can't do something. It's the
Hey, we might as well,
They're
man,
trying-
so we can help our team out.
They got practice squad dudes
Let's
out
get
there.
some checks.
And they got practice squad guys out there balling, man. We need to get.
James Max and no dance, just play.
Just need to play. All right, get off
Just
that.
needs
Get
to
off that
play.
TikTok.
All that dancing is just too much, man. I just go out there and play the game, baby. You want to dance, man? Go to HBCU and become a drum major.
Hey, man.
You want to dance on the field?
I'll be a good player today. I don't have TikTok. I'll be focused. I'll be locked in. You wouldn't have to worry about me dancing on TikTok. I don't know what that is. All I see is on Instagram.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be on TikTok all the time.
Are you making videos?
I'm gonna build my brand.
You be on there making videos?
I'm gonna build my brand.
Oh, don't do it, Jimmy, man.
Oh,
My daughter would
build
kill
my-
me. My daughter would kill me if I had a TikTok.
I still don't have one.
My daughter don't like nothing I do. I say a joke, she get mad. She gets really mad if I tell a joke. All right, here's the story, man. We were getting some frozen yogurt the other night. Some frozen yogurt. And they won't let you get your yogurt no more by yourself. You have to tell them what you want. So my son is like, let me get that red velvet and that cake batter. It goes hard. Oh yeah, that red velvet, it slaps. Or he was just saying some of this new slang the kids say for their food they like. And I said, oh yeah, let me get that red velvet. It goes Harambe. And my daughter said, Dad. My daughter said, Dad. And then the guy at I think the guy was the owner. Everybody left. It was just the owner. He's like, he said, pardon me? My daughter was like, Dad, please stop. Harambe is like 10 years old. I said, I'm like Eddie Murphy in the movie. Like, I rather like being on fleek. I said, Harambe is too old. Y'all gotta let me know what's new, man. Like, slaps and hards or bangs or whatever y'all saying today. I said, let me get that. It goes bananas. It goes Harambe. They were like, no, Dad, no.
I know how you feel, man. My students keep me up on game. When I say something, they be like, stop trying to be cool, man.
Stop trying to be cool.
And they'll tell me what to say next. I'll be like,
man.
oh, man, I can't say that.
They used to get on me. I would come to school with my Jordans, jeans, and a t-shirt and a baseball cap. They'd be like, look at Mr. C trying to look cool. I'd be like, y'all don't. I was like, I'm cooler than most of y'all. Most of y'all are square. Most of y'all ain't got no game, no swag. I'm 45 or whatever I was teaching. I said, I'm cooler than half of y'all in here. Look at him. Got his Jordans on. Look at Coach. Got his jeans on. Look at Coach. Got his, yeah. Forget these young kids. They don't know nothing, man.
Or the one that really got me said, hey, Coach, why are your jeans so loose? What? What you mean why my jeans so loose?
I can't see your wallet. Yeah. What size are you?
What am I supposed to wear?
I said this here is hip hop. We used to wear baggy clothes. Y'all in these skinny jeans, y'all on something else, man. Half of y'all gonna not be able to have kids because your nuts is all tight all the time. You need to wear something loose.
No way I'm putting on some skinny jeans, man.
Let's see. He should thank Antonio Brown that he's even a number 2, to be honest. Now Juju's good. He just wasn't a number 1 yet, and he could still graduate to a number 1. He just took off. Antonio Brown's good, man. That's a good
Antonio Brown, all-time great.
Yeah, and you stepping into those shoes and you ain't got that skill set yet. I mean, Juju's a dog. He could play safety or receiver right now.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was a better safety in high school. If you ask me, he was just that good at safety. A ferocious hitter, really good instinct, but he wants the ball. But now it just seems like he's happy dinking and dunking in Pittsburgh, and that's not going to get him where he wants to be as far as a Hines Ward type of guy. Who, I mean, that's kind of the mold he's in.
Yeah, but Hines Ward made big plays though. Hines Ward was dependable as a number 1 when you needed him. Juju isn't that. Juju's a great blocker. He's a good team player, but he's not Hines Ward.
But was Hines Ward number 1? They always had somebody else. They always had another guy, right?
Late in his career, they were bringing in guys, but then he was always, I guess because he was the most consistent player there. You knew you were going to get about 80 catches. You knew you'd get about 900 to 1,000 yards and maybe 5 or 6 touchdowns. But he said, remember, Pittsburgh during that time was a real run-heavy team.
Yeah.
he was great for that side block and motioning down, crack on backers, blocking safety. So yeah, he was a number one in a different way.
Because like Santonio Holmes was a deep threat, and you know Antoine Randall L was the other slot guy, you know, for a number of those years.
The gadget guy.
So they, you know,
the gadget guy.
so they had
Mike Wallace.
Yeah, they had guys, and Hines was the leader of the group. But I'm not sure if he was the guy that defensive coordinators were like, we got to stop Hines Ward. So it's but just like if Juju's gonna be that kind of guy, stop all that dancing and play some ball. And that's a poly guy. So I'm all, you know better, bro. We got to be about the business. You know your brand is up. Your brand is good. Your brand is good. We know you.
Yeah, he's doing commercials with Samuel L. So his brand is great.
You're great. You're noticeable. You can't go nowhere without nobody knowing who you are. Now you got to play some ball. Eagles got safety Anthony Harris from the Vikings.
From the Vikings.
We'll take that.
That's good because we lost Mills.
Yeah.
Mills went to New England.
So it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
It's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
Because Mills is terrible to me. I mean, he makes a lot of noise with his green hair, but he never really made plays in my eyes, man. He was always a little bit late.
I think what made Mills is that the fact that he played for the Eagles. Eagles is a high-profile team in the NFL, so you will see him make a play every once in a while, and you go, well, maybe Jalen Mills is good. He was all right.
Right.
He was all right.
He was all right. And I think Bill Belichick's going to see that. He's all right. He ain't no McCourty, and he not no Patrick Chung.
No, not at all.
He might get cut. Dog, for real. I mean, like, it's real. Like,
that's right.
I've seen I know what I've seen. I've seen him miss some tackles. I see him not making a couple plays.
No coverage.
So I'm like, hey, good luck with that. Nelson Aguilar is now a Patriot.
Mr. Droppies.
Mr. Droppy.
Well, he made catches in with the Raiders. He just sucked out the Eagle.
I mean, he sucked as an Eagle, man. So that's why I said, well, you figure. Remember we got Nnamdi Asomugha, and he couldn't cover up. You know,
he couldn't cover his bed with a sheet.
You know what I'm saying, he couldn't cover a head with a do rag. Like, he was toast. And I'm like, what kind of scheme did they run in Oakland when he was there that he was so great, and he came to Philadelphia, he couldn't play. Same thing with Asante Samuel. If we weren't playing cover two, soft cover two, suspect.
Asante Samuel sat on everything. He sat on 9 routes. He sat on.
I'm gonna jump something.
What he said before, man?
Well, he said if I get beat for 3 touchdowns, if I get a pick, it's okay.
No.
That's not how it works.
No.
Bruh, you cannot be getting beat like that often. All right, man. Let's see what we got. Jets get a tight end. I feel bad for teams like the Jets and the Bears and the Texans. I have no love for the Texans right now, and that's a good segue.
The Texans
man.
have every team that I hate. I didn't used to hate the Texans. Now I truly hate the Texans. To me, they're the team I hate the most.
Yeah.
And when you replace the 49ers in my book,
you bad.
I really hate.
Philip Lindsay just signed the Texans. Philip Lindsay just went to the Texans. A deal worth $3.25 million with a $1 million signing bonus. As a running back, man, that's some hard money. That's hard. He gonna earn that.
Hey, I'm a big Philip Lindsay fan. He's the ultimate underdog, man. He bet on himself in college. He bet on himself in the NFL.
What?
And he actually has some pretty good years so far.
Didn't he play?
I
think we played against him in a state championship game, Grant High School, right? Was he
who?
Grant High School? Philip Lindsay, I believe.
No, he's from Colorado. He's from Colorado.
He's from Colorado. I'm thinking about somebody else. I'm thinking about somebody that went to Utah from Grant High School. Another tough guy, but he runs hard like Philip Lindsay. Chris Carson re-signed with the Seahawks. Trying to see if anybody jumps off the page. Talk of the town is the Patriots signing all that talent, but is it really talent? Like you said, it's Jalen Mills and Nelson Aguilar. They got 2 good tight ends though.
Yeah, they got 2 good tight ends, but it's Bill Belichick. You know, Bill Belichick, he doesn't depend on his players to outplay you. He plans on his players to be put in the right position to out-scheme you. Remember last year, the Patriots had a lot of people that sat out, especially on the defensive end of the ball, that just sat out because of the COVID.
Yeah.
He's going to get those guys back along with adding these free agents. The Patriots might win if Cam Newton can just play and work with the talent that they just handed to him. they can win the AFC East again. They could be a serious Super Bowl contender.
I still got the Bills winning the AFC East because I love Cam Newton to a certain degree. When I see him struggling to throw intermediate routes, like he's like loading up to throw a regular hook route, like he's throwing it into the curl when he's loading up. That ain't the old Cam Newton that we saw back in the day. I know that shoulder ain't the same.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's gotten better since this season because it wasn't the same Cam Newton. I'm pulling for him. I love saying Cam. Ooh, Cam. Steve Nelson.
Dab on.
Texans still signing people. All right, man. Segue. So all these people moving around, we'll have to see what happens. The major story right now is our guy Deshaun Watson and what the Texans are doing to him. I'm not sure how you feel about it, Jimmy Mack, but I know how I feel about it. Why?
I think we might feel the same way.
Why now?
Set up. Now, I'm going to say this because I know the Me Too movement is out there, and I know that these women have to have their stories believed. Now, this only screams of two things. Either this dude is on IG perving out and flying, because if all these girls came in for massages, you said it was 12, he brought in 12 different women to give him a massage.
He's going to their spot, like their establishment, their home.
He's going to their establishment.
Yes.
And he's perving out. Or somebody then got a hold to these women, which is not something that's far-fetched. They had on a blue shirt with a cow face on there that was red and white, red and blue, however the Texans' little insignia is, and said, hey, we need to, whether it comes out true or not, we need to tarnish this man's reputation because we're tired of, we're doing our best to not bend over backwards for him.
Oh.
But we want him to bend over backwards for us. So let's make him bend. Because even if this all goes away, he decides to settle because it's just like, it's not worth going to court. It'll be cheaper to settle. Or it just comes to find out that he never touched none of these women. He didn't do nothing inappropriate. The damage has already been done. The allegations has already been there. So once the allegations come out, no matter what happens, people are going to always think where there's smoke, there's fire. It just seems like this is so out of character for him. But just seeing how he's always presented himself from when he was at Clemson to his first years in the NFL, he never comes across like this. He doesn't come across as a person. You've never slightly heard something like this. Now all of a sudden, in the middle of him wanting to get traded, this comes out. It just seems very, very suspect. I mean, where's Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine and those guys at to check this out? Because this just is really Scooby-Doo-ish. And we all, I think a lot of people are looking at this situation side-eye like, really? Not one, not two, 12
and the
7.
same attorney.
Like you said, the numbers keep rising. So who's behind this? I mean, now, let's just put it out there. If he's really doing this, well, he deserves to be punished. My gamble is a lot of this stuff is false. Let's sully his name and his reputation. And then whether he plays for us or not, maybe this will help him have a bad year. We can trade him for less, or we can trade him and get rid. To me, they should have just traded him. Get rid of him.
Right.
Once a player of his caliber says, I don't want to be here, hey, it's better to not have this public fight and have to go through this with him than to just ship him off. Hell, I know he has a no trade clause. You just find out what's the worst of the teams that he wants to be traded to. I'd have sent him to the Bears right away. I'd be like, okay, Bears, what you got to offer? Take him.
Get him.
Or somewhere.
Get him.
We'll rebuild.
Mike Reed says it's Texas, and you wonder why there aren't any criminal charges. It don't smell right. It don't smell right. It doesn't look right. The timing I put in the post is impeccable. The man is at a standstill. I'm not playing for you ever again. Oh, really? Hey, Esquire Joe, can you cook something up? Sure. Let me dig something up. He gets massages? Oh, it's easy. Remember how we did Antonio Brown? Yeah. All we got to do is make some stuff up that's hard to prove and is possible, and that we got him. No, not criminal, civil. Yeah, it'll work. I know he's squeaky clean. But come on. He made me give him oral sex. How does that work? He said he would ruin my career. No, you kick him out of your house if he is demanding something. You call the police like you always do and get him up out of there. I don't want to hear that. That's some bogus. He had a small towel on. All right, I've had my share of massages. If you ever had a massage at a reputable place and they give you the littlest towel in the world so they can do their job. Now it's up to you to be naked or not. Now some places ask you to be naked and you can say no thank you. Now if he's at a suspect place that does those kinds of things, shut the place down. That's on them. And he needs to be in, if prostitution is illegal in Houston, which it probably is, then slap him on the hand and he's in trouble like Bob Kraft.
Yeah.
But if nobody was assaulted, he made advances. Was he doing what Antonio Brown was alleged to be doing? Doing his business and throwing it at you? It says he suggested some stuff. And he turned over and he was naked. I'm like, oh man. And it's 12 women with the same attorney. Come on, man. Hey girl, we got this thing going over. You can get paid. What? All you gotta say is what y'all did.
Mm-hmm.
Who and Matt?
The Me Too movement has really made it hard, and I know people go, "Well, guys be guys," and that's a crack of bull. But the slightest little flirting could be considered as harassment. I flirt with a girl. Oh, you harass me, and that could be, you can't be like, "Well, I just flirted with her." I said, "Hey, you look nice in your dress," or "Oh my God, that booty looks fat." You can you're in a world of trouble. I mean, you're really giving a compliment, but it just goes to show that, right now we're in very sensitive times because of the sins of this country, because of everything that has gone down. Now everybody's have to be super cautious about everything that you do. Can't be in a room with somebody too long. Like I was listening to Shannon Sharp the other morning, and he said, "Man, if I'm in an elevator and a woman walks in by herself, I'll walk out." Because he's Shannon Sharp. He's a known personality. That woman can say he did anything to her in that elevator. He grabbed her butt. He whistled at her. He gave her a cat call. It's to the point where now the littlest things of simple flirts, like, "Woman, can I please have permission to flirt with you?"
You done lost the.
Don't find it acceptable. I won't do it. It's almost where we're going to get to that point to where it's that, and I get it. A woman has a right to feel uncomfortable. She has a right to do that. You have to understand that if you can't read the room, a guy who's giving you a compliment or even just a little flirting, you can be uncomfortable without a doubt. But if it's not that big of a deal and he leaves you alone, it's just a guy. And I hate to say this, women have flirted with me, and I'd just be like, whatever. I don't know why you flirt with me, but hey, whatever. Thank you. I'm cool. I'm married. And it stops at that. And I know it's a little bit different between guys and girls, but I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Because the first guy that hollers, "Oh, Holly Berry whistled at me," or "Holly Berry pinched my butt," you already know what the rest of the dudes in the world going to do. Bruh, really? You telling that Holly Berry pinched your butt? You know what I'm saying?
It really is crazy, man. I know it. And we as teachers, we already know the door is open and I'm never in the room with a female student ever alone with the door closed, or even alone with the door open. Like, where's your friends at? Matter of fact, get out. Like, get out. I don't mess around, because I've seen dudes lose their job over a rumor. Like I remember my buddy was working with me. I was teaching in Watts, and he was a security guard. And he told the girl, "Give me your phone. I told you to put your phone away. We don't allow phones here." She got mad because he took her phone and confiscated it. She conjured up a plan for her and her friends to say this man was flirting with them, and he lost his job. And I was like, y'all know y'all made that up. Y'all know y'all wrong. I don't like him. I'm like, y'all can't do that. That's that man's livelihood. Now he got to report as a sex offender if he loses this case. Like, all this stuff that you are saying. I say, I am totally for the women who have been abused, who have been wrongly done. But I'm really, really against those who make stuff up, because this Deshaun Watson, man, I'm willing to go off on the limb and say this guy right here, man, is one of them good dudes, man. He does too much for the community. He's, soft spoken. Does he still live with his mama? I mean, and even if he does use the escort services, why now? because the Houston Texans are not happy with him trying to get out of his contract. That's the only reason why we're hearing about this. He has not assaulted a woman. He has not abused a woman. He has used masseuse parlor women that the team recommends. I promise you, these women have been ran through. These little setups, dude. This massage over here, on point. And if you pay a little extra, I ain't gonna tell you nothing. But it's this type. That's
a happy ending.
A happy ending. That's what it is, man. And if he does that, he's guilty as charged, but it's not a crime. If that's what they do, the crime is it is a crime, but it's not what they're saying it is. Like if this is what happens, I think his attorneys can find enough players. The problem with that is getting players that are married to confess that I used her. You want to use. You got to get enough.
For what? My wife. Met my wife.
You got to get dudes that actually use the same services that are willing to say, yeah, she does. For an extra $100, this is what we do. And sad to say, that's what's going to have to come out is what really goes down in your massages. If you got 12 different massage, is it masseuses? What's the right word? Masseuse? Masseuses? Masseurs? How you say plural masseuses? Massage parlor attendants and ladies. But it's masseurs. It's bad, man. I mean, it's not anywhere near as bad as Jamie. Was it Jamie Sharper?
Sharper was a straight.
Dude was just, something was wrong with him.
Atrocious. Something atrocious.
He admitted to that. He was out there doing crazy stuff. He has mental issues with that. And
yes, my wife said Jamie Sharper didn't have to do that because he was an attractive man.
Oh yeah.
I'm quite sure women would have just did whatever with him because he was famous, and I think that man ruined his Hall of Fame. What would have been a Hall of Fame career for his stupidity. Which is absolutely.
Was it Jamie? Was it Jamie or was his name Jamie or was it the brother? Because it was two Sharper brothers.
No, it's
Darren.
No, it's Darren
Sharper.
It was Darren Sharper. Jamie Sharper is the linebacker. Darren Sharper
the safety.
That was perving out.
Yeah, man.
But then also the massage parlor thing brings us to what happened Tuesday with the guy who said he had a sex addiction.
Mm-hmm.
He went to go shoot up these places because he felt that this was his temptation.
Right.
And I'm just like this, man. Anybody who knows about the illegal businesses at some of these massage parlors,
right.
I get it. But at the end of the day, man, a lot of this is the ways a lot of these people work. This is the way a lot of these people, they even got into the country. So if you have all these women who are saying this about them and this is their job and reputation, but those ladies have to know if they're lying about this, their businesses are going to take a hit. If they're lying about this, because then you're going to make it to where people don't trust you. And then you're taking a guy who's very public, who has a good, clean reputation, and you're throwing him under the dirt. Now, once again, if he's doing this stuff,
shame on him. Get him.
As long as he didn't rape or he wasn't illegally touching and stuff like that, there should be no criminal charges. And for the civil charges, I mean, I'm like this, right away cry foul. Please cry foul. I tell my students this, my female students, a boy touch you in any uncomfortable way, right away you tell. Don't, because I get it, there's no statute of limitations, but people will always give somebody the benefit of the doubt. What made you wait so long? What took you so long? Why you didn't report it right away? Why you didn't say nothing right away? Say something right away, no matter how uncomfortable you feel, no matter if you think, oh, he's gonna get in a lot of trouble. It don't matter. He may get in trouble, but now you don't have your reputation soiled. You don't have somebody questioning your motives or what it is that you're doing. Like with your guy Brian Banks with at Long Beach Poly.
Yeah.
Girl, it's 30. That man lost his
whole career.
Part of his livelihood. Yeah. Whole career over that. So we got to be careful with this because the accusation itself can mean a lot. And then our justice system to black males.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Vic lost millions for dog fighting. Millions for dog fighting. Which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. Now I'm not for dog fighting, I'm not for abuse of animals, but he lost part of his life because of dog fighting. We got cops out here killing unarmed black men and they only get fired and then they go work at another station. Or they get put on leave. So it's a lot. We know the storyline behind it. This is a black man who's stepping out of place, putting back in his place. Same way with Mike Tyson when he got accosted for the rape. Like he's like, this woman came back to my hotel room at 3 a.m.
What you think's about to happen?
She let me have, she let me have foreplay with her. We have sex, and then the next day you cry and rape. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't in the room. We don't know what happened, but you know what I'm saying? It just seems whenever a black man needs to be taken down a peg, here comes the allegations.
And that's sad.
And it's the playbook.
It's sad, man. It's the system at work too. As we're seeing, they can't even find a jury for the Severin,
Siobhan,
whatever his name is, the guy that killed Floyd. He killed Floyd broad daylight. Now they're trying to find a jury of his peers that aren't gonna say he did it. Like, it's crazy that the defense team asked for a move of the court case. Like, we want to be moved somewhere else because we can't find people in this area that have not heard about the settlement. And it's just like, man, our system is so raggedy and jacked up, man. And it's
same thing with Rodney King. He moved it out to Simi Valley.
The system does what it does. It works for those who it's written for. In this case, Deshaun Watson, you got a lawyer up. Get you the most expensive, high-profile attorney and make this go away. This is, I mean, you would think this would be an easy one as far as proving that these women have been paid to say what they were saying. Because it's just do a little research. Find out what their history is with the other players. I think you'll get all of them to retract their statement, because now it seems like they have a prostitution ring going on. So you put them in danger, put them in danger of their career and their livelihoods, and they'll back up real quick. This little $50,000 ain't that much now. Whatever they got paid off. But I blame the Houston Texans, man. It's dirty. All right, man. What's the game plan, coach?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first since mine is a little bit lighter. Since we're talking about football.
All right.
What's the game plan, coach? All right, so you the Cowboys coach. I know you don't like that scenario, but you the Cowboys coach.
Most
and Jared Jones has had a change of heart. He said what he said at the press conference. He said, I overpaid for my players. You know what? I'm going to focus a little bit more on politics since I'm getting a little older in the tooth. I want to make sure America's great again. So I'm going to go help my friend 45. So word on the street is that Dak is not happy about that. He's not happy at all about the outward the words that he said at the press conference, and he's not happy about his owner being affiliated with 45 anymore. All of a sudden, he's a militant, and he wants to do the Deshaun Watson and leave with the brand new contract. Word on the street that Dak wants out. You have complete control over player personnel. As soon as the rumors hit, Seattle calls you. Houston calls you. What's the game plan, coach?
Man, what's the game plan? First of all, it's the Cowboys and it's Dak. And I'm the coach, and I'm going to straight sabotage the whole thing. Everything's for sale.
Everything.
What did Chris Tucker say in the movie Money Talks? Everybody come down to the car wash. Everything for free.
Everything.
What I'm doing, I'm not trading. I know Seattle called, and Russell Wilson is my second favorite NFL player of all time. So I would love to have him in a Cowboys uniform, but I'm not going to trade him to somebody in the conference. That if I trade Dak to Seattle, we face Seattle in the playoffs. Dak knows our playbook. He knows our scheme. He knows our strengths and weaknesses. I'm not trading him there. I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to trade him to Houston. Bring me Deshaun. First, we're going to make all these cases go away. Because Jara, spend some money, get these women to shut their mouths. We're gonna bring in a younger talent in Deshaun Watson, who just had one of the great seasons of all time on a terrible team. Mm-hmm. Shipping Dak to Houston, where they gonna have to build around him. They don't have the talent. They're not good. I don't have to worry about him. Bring in Deshaun. Now I got all these receivers in Cooper and Galloway and what's the young kid that came from Oklahoma?
Number 88.
Jim.
Number 88.
Number 88. Jim, what's from Oklahoma?
Jerry Jeudy? Is it Jerry Jeudy?
No, not Jeudy. Your favorite player from Oklahoma, the receiver, Jim? CeeDee Lamb.
CD.
We got CeeDee Lamb. now I got Deshaun Watson to throw to all this talent, and we'll go make a run. To me, trading Dak, and I think Dak's a good quarterback. He's very serviceable. But if I have a chance, Houston's calling me. Okay, we'll take Dak off your hands, and we'll give you Watson. Not only will I be gracious enough to do that, I'll give up a draft pick too. I'll be like, hey, take a 4th round pick with Dak. Peace out. Give me Deshaun Watson, and we're doing that because he won't haunt me. If I send him to Seattle and Seattle's still a playoff contender, and with Dak they'll still be a playoff contender, I wouldn't want to run into them in the playoffs and Dak give us what they have. Yeah, we would have Russ. He can tell us what they're going to be doing, but I don't even want to do Matt Schwitz like that. I'd rather just have him out of sight.
He's a rapist. Don't bring in the rapist. Why are you giving
Ben Roethlisberger was getting busy in the Burger King bathroom. I don't want to hear it, okay? Invite him into the Burger King bathroom in the men's part. No, I don't want to hear that.
All you got to do, like you said, get jury to vouch. He did not do any of the things these women had said he did. Deshaun Watson is an upstanding young man. He gives to charity. He has charities. He has foundations. Everything was said about him was a lie. He's a new quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Clay's closed. Go Trump. That would be an easy cleanup for Jerry Jones.
Mike Stafford said Dak is back, but I'm glad he got his money. I'm always glad for anybody to get, without a doubt, man, get paid. I believe all these players is playing in the NCAA tournament right now, but all these sponsors, each of them should get a check cut after every game. The further you go, there should be another check, like they do in the NFL.
At least a couple $1,000s in their pocket, man. Them boys in the tournament broke in a bubble. Think about it. Can't make no money, and you're on the biggest stage in college basketball. The Norfolk State boys need to make some money during this tournament while they can.
Yep.
We're playing against Gonzaga. Let them boys.
That should be extra money for Gonzaga.
Let them boys have a GoFundMe.
Because this is the thing with that game. There's no way the rest will allow Norfolk State. If Norfolk State is close late in that game, I guarantee you will be some phantom foul calls. They're not going to let HBCU knock off the number 1 team in the nation. It's not going to happen. I know people saying that sounds like a conspiracy. Man, I know what I see. They're not going to let an HBCU do that. The last time they let an HBCU knock off a top team is when Hampton beat Iowa State. But it was nothing the refs could do about that. Hampton put a hand on Iowa State. They put hands on.
That's the only way we get there, man. I mean, they probably like, man, we were supporting Deion Sanders, but this is getting out of hand. These daggone HBCUs are everywhere. What are we going to do if they become a viable option for young student athletes? Oh, we're going to put an end to this. Allegations department. Can we get something on Deion Sanders? We can?
We're going to send everybody to break steal Deion's stuff.
You say Deion gets massages. They said Deion gets his nails done. Oh, easy. Beautiful. Where does he get his nails done? Okay. And he gets massages down the street? Hook it up. Deion Sanders now under investigation for improper conversation at the nail salon.
You got French tips, Deion?
He said make him extra sexy. That made me feel uncomfortable. I was like, oh, come on, man. All right, so you getting Deshaun Watson. What you got, man? What's the game plan?
What I got for you, here we go. What's the game plan, coach? All right, the number 1 recruit in the nation tells you, coach, I'm coming to your school if you promise me I will start and you center the game plan around me. What's your game plan, coach?
What am I coaching? Football or basketball?
You're coaching basketball since we in March Madness.
I got the number 1 recruit in the nation. Am I a good program or am I blue blood? Am I a mid-major?
Oh, you just a program, man. This dude, he likes you, man. He likes you. He likes what you're doing at your program, but he wants some assurances that he gonna start and he gonna be the man. What you doing?
If I'm middle of the pack, just a good dude with a decent program. Say I'm at North Carolina Central, HBCU. They had a documentary on ESPN Plus. And the number 1 recruit in the country says, I'm coming if I'm starting. That boy's starting. I'm going to use him to jumpstart my program. I'm putting down every moral, every standard I have set in my program. I'm going to put up the front. I'm going to make a deal with him on the side. I'm going to chew you out. I'm I might have to even say some things I shouldn't say. But I might have to make sure you look like you're being coached just the same as the rest of the kids. Hey, you're helping me out. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you what you want. You're going to have to play. Now, you can't come here and sit down and stink it up. You're going to have to be at every practice, every meeting. You're going to have to be a captain. But if all you want is for me to make sure you're the focal point and you starting, done. But you're going to have to be everything you claim you've been in high school. So I'm willing to budge a little bit because your 1 or 2 years with me will help jumpstart my program for the next 5 or 6 years. So deal on the table. You act like a captain, you get the starting job. I can do that because I need this to happen. So, it might backfire. I liked you because you were stern, and I don't want no preferential treatment. But if he's asking to start, then no matter what I was, as far as what attracted him to me, he wants that, but he does want to have his cake and eat it too. So in that regard, as I'm watching The Last Chance U, and the coach is trying his best to coach these boys in a 2-year window, and I feel for him, man. And you got a number 1 draft pick in Joe Hunter, but he's a pill. He's a piece of work. And you have to get that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wanted to come there and start, but he's like, nah, you got a bad attitude. And, I'm going to have to make you earn this thing. He should be starting, but he wasn't starting. And that trip to the mountain changed his whole life. So now, he's back. He's in Long Beach State now doing good or whatever. But for me as a coach, I don't want anybody to think they get a free ride. But in the situation, if I need him. Now, if I'm Kentucky, if I'm UCLA, Duke, Kansas, the Blue Bloods, Michigan State, I'll tell a kid, no. The program sells itself. You're going to come here and earn your spot like everybody else. But if I'm mid-major, HBCU, trying to build a program that just needs a little kickstart, yeah, you come here and start, man. I'm glad to have you. You get the ball.
So if you was one of the Blue Bloods, you're going to tell this kid to take a long walk off a short pier?
Short pier. Look here, bro. I can go find 3 dudes do what you do. And I'm not going to have you running my program. Like, I can't tell you nothing. Like, I need to be able to have a level playing field with all my players. I don't want no one player coming in here trying to tell me what, like kids talking back. I don't tolerate it, man. You got something to say? Get off my field.
Last night.
Oh man.
You seen it?
Last night I was like, did he play any more of that game? Did he come back at the
got back in.
I was like, I can chew you out, but you disrespecting me, your day is done. Your day is done. Like, I ain't trying to embarrass you, but I'm gonna get in your face. And it looked really bad. Like, I know Draymond said that's normal at Michigan State, that Izzo gets in your face. And I've been, cussed out and chewed out and been told all kinds of stuff, and you got to take it because you're a player and he's a coach and you want to respect your elders. But I've never popped off back to a coach. I've only went off on a coach one time, and that was in the World League.
Norm?
Nah, I never gave Norm a piece of my mind. I gave one of my coaches in the World League a piece of my mind because he was trying to make me play a technique that was not going to work. He was like, I need you to play the 9 route, the deep ball. I need you to get to the player's hip and look into him and find the ball. And I said, well, I've always been taught to put my hand on his hip, lean back into him and find the ball. That way I can still see him. I can feel him and then see the ball. No, you're going to play here. I need you to look into the player and find the ball. I said, Coach, have you ever played DB? He's like, no. I said, I could tell. And everybody was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like, I had my first time being a smart aleck in the meeting. And it was just like, you want to get me beat. And this is my livelihood. If I don't make plays in NFL Europe, I'm going to get cut from my NFL team. So I'm in here. Exactly. I'm in here looking like an idiot playing the 9 ball, looking into the sideline for the deep ball. You know how hard it is to keep running fast if you turn the opposite way you're running. Like you're running with the receiver, and I got you, Jimmy, on the sideline. You going for the deep ball. The ball's coming. You're looking like this, and I turn into you to find the ball that's on this side of my head. I'm like, that's not how it works, Coach. I said, you trying to get me beat, and the whole room started laughing. I said, you trying to get me burnt on TV. He said, no, I'm not trying to get you beat. I want you to play the man and the ball. I said, but you're trying to make me break my neck and my back to find.
Yeah.
I said, that's not how I'm not going to play like that.
Yeah. That's the one thing I hated about NFL Europe. some of the coaches were some of the worst. They were some of the worst. I'm like, dude, what are you telling us to do? I've never heard it. Like, that's just not. Y'all don't want us to make teams.
You don't want me to make a team at all. I said, Coach, did you ever play DB? He's like, no. I was like, I could tell. I ain't never seen no DB look into the receiver and see the ball on a 9 route. Come on, man.
Our quarterback receiver coach in Berlin was a girls' high school softball coach. And he got a job working with NFL Europe teaching quarterbacks and receivers. I was like, dude, what? When he told me that, I was like, what? Because I was like, hey, coach, where you coached before? He's like, well, I never really coached football before, but I coached girls softball in high school. And I was like, I don't have no disrespect for that because my dad's a girls softball coach. But at the end of the day, he did coach football at some point in his life. I'm like, dude, you gotta get us out, man. I think that's the thing that really threw me over the edge in Europe. I was like, I'm not even getting coached right, dude. I'm not gonna make it.
I'm gonna make a team. I can't make a team.
I'm not gonna make it.
I can't make this team. Look at this.
I don't make it, man.
Look at this. I was blessed my first year in NFL Europe. I had Steve Spagnuolo, and he goes on to be a pretty good D coordinator in the NFL, winning Super Bowls and stuff. And he was our coordinator, and we had a really good defense that year. I didn't get beat one time. I went I want to say we went 15 games. I didn't give up one touchdown.
Oh, cool.
I didn't give up one touchdown. We were in 4 press half the time. My worst game was the World Bowl. We played cover 2, and I was on the weak side, so I never had a primary receiver on my side, so I had to play the backside from cover 2. So I had to sink and play across the entire field in the rain. So I was on skates the whole day. So it was us playing a game plan we weren't prepared to play. It was a bad idea. We're going to change it up for the championship game. My boy Jim Ariellis was the quarterback. I played with him in the 605. Yeah, Jimmy, he picked us apart, man. He picked us apart. I'm like, man, let's just go back to playing 4 press. We're playing cover 2. You play it soft. I'm like, oh, here we go. Jimmy can play. Picked us apart.
No, Jimmy's kids, man. Jimmy's kids. I taught with Jimmy's daughter how to walk.
Did you?
Taught her how. Yeah, man. She used to walk around on her knees. Me and my wife picked her up one day and walked her around the house, and she was walking. That before the night was over with.
Wow.
We just showed her how to walk.
Small world, man.
She was fast on them knees. She could take off.
Yeah.
Just we held her up, and because his wife went to UCLA with us.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him and his wife at the gym one time. We were reminiscing. And I was like, man, you killed us. I think he got an MVP. I said, if we would have played 4 press, we would have played 4 press, y'all would have lost. I said, that cover 2, you just sat back there and picked us apart. All crossing routes. All crossing routes. Yep.
You can sling it.
All right, so you brought this up, man. Who you got? NCAA. Not all time, it looks like. You got some more recent stuff. Because I was thinking. So you said UCLA 95 versus 2019 UVA. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Senior led teams, good coaches, going for their first chips, who had first round heartbreaks the previous years. So I thought that would be a good matchup. Who you got? You got our Bruins or you got UVA 2019?
Seeing what happened to UVA the previous year, and they're playing with a very big chip on their shoulder. But I still got to go with them Blues and Blue, them Bruins. Yeah, I don't have a lot of great memories of the Virginia team, whereas I have vivid memories of who was on that UCLA team because we were Bruins during that time. So it'd be very hard for me to pick anybody against them except the heavyweights of history. But in the recent memory for me, UCLA gets that. You figure how deep we were, man, how long our team was. And even with the injury to Tyus Edney, they still beat a very good Arkansas team in the championship game.
They're defending champs. They beat them.
Right.
Beat them good, too.
Yeah, I can't name one person off that Virginia team. Who was on Virginia's team in 2019?
All right, so they have 4 pros on that team. They got Guy, who plays for, I don't know who he played for right now. They got Hunter, who's hurt in Atlanta. They got Ty Jerome, who's with Phoenix. And they got Diakate, I think that's his name, Diakate. But none of those guys are big stars in the NBA. I mean, Hunter looked like he was on his way this year. He's on my fantasy basketball team, but he got hurt, so he's done.
Right.
But we had Tyus A, Charles, Big George in the middle, Toby, Cameron.
Then we have like J.R. Henderson. Did we have J.R. Henderson?
J.R. Henderson.
Yeah, man. Oh, Bannon's.
Yeah, most of that's
easy win.
Slay wins that.
Easy win. Yeah. Easy win. Michael Reed said easy win. Oh, Bannon and Edney for the win. Especially if Tyus is not hurt. Even though Cam Dollar came through like a champ in the championship game. We played very good ball that game. You said they got that game. All right, so next you got 2004 UConn versus 1989 Michigan. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh.
Let's see what the fellas say.
So
all right,
put that on the graphic.
We got Gordon, Ben Gordon, Emeka Okafor, Charlie Villanueva, Boone, Armstrong, and Williams coming off the bench. That's the UConn team. But for that Michigan team, Glenn Rice, Jamil Robinson, Lloyd Vault, Terry Mills, Sean Higgins, and some dude named Caleb, who I don't even know who that was. So it's just two teams that seem faded. Wasn't the best team throughout the year, but made good championship runs. I'm gonna go Michigan on that one because I don't see nobody on that UConn team that's stopping Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice was hard. Ruben Robinson was hard. I believe that's the team that beat Loyola Marymount. Remember Loyola Marymount was beating everybody?
Beat them the next year. Loyola Marymount beat them the next year, but Glenn Rice wasn't on that team. Him and Higgins wasn't on that team no more. So it was Robinson, Vault, and Mills still on that team. But yeah, that was the next year. Mario says he's going for UConn.
Yeah, I'm going UConn. You keep picking teams that I love. Like, I'm a UConn fan. I'm from Connecticut, so UConn's hard for me to go against Ben Gordon and them guys, even though that's not my favorite UConn team. I'm more of a some of the older Khalid Alameen, them guys, Rip Hamilton and them guys. Those guys. And I even like the Kimball Walker team. So, but I'm gonna go with UConn in this one. I mean, even though that Michigan team, man, I love watching them play. With them. This is before the big shorts came out. They were still wearing them Huggies.
Yeah, this is before the big.
They had them Huggies. Yeah, Shatan Mo said Michigan. James Mack said UConn because of coaching. Well, who was the coach? Fisher from Michigan?
Fisher was the coach. Yeah, Fisher was the coach at Michigan. Remember, Frieder left in the middle of the season and Fisher took over. Yeah, Frieder went to Arizona State.
Mike Reed said Michigan Wolverines. This is where we got split. Rio said UConn. It'd be a good one, man. This would be a good one. Those are back in the days. That's back in the day when you had guys stick around 3 years, and they were basically pros playing college ball, and I'm pretty sure they were getting paid under the table because them boys are sticking around. They were sticking around. They were having way too much fun. We're having way too much fun.
They were taking pay cuts going to the NBA.
Man, y'all, how much y'all paying? What? No, I'm gonna stay here one more year. You crazy?
I ain't taking that pay cut.
All right, 96. He said, let's go 1996 Kentucky. Oh, 1996 Kentucky. And let me see how you spell Kentucky.
90 UNLV.
90 UNLV. Oh, bruh. I'm not even sure why you asked this one. 1990 UNLV.
You remember that 96 team? That was supposed to be one of the most talented teams ever. That team had 9 NBA players on their team. 9 dudes who laced it up in the NBA on that Kentucky team.
Did they win a championship?
They won a championship. They beat Syracuse in the championship.
Who was on that team?
Donovan McNabb. They had Tony Delk, Antoine Walker, Walter McCarty, Derek Anderson, Ron Mercer, Mark Pope, Shepard, Evan Turner, and Nazi Muhammad on that team.
I still take UNLV.
Oh yeah, I'm still taking UNLV.
I said those names, all those guys sound like pretty good pros. They sound like pretty good pros. But I know what I saw when I saw them running Rebels, man. That was something I've never seen before. I have never seen a college team like the UNLV running Rebels 1990 to 1992. I mean, I was like a little kid. Like when I first saw Kobe playing at the Wooden Center, I was just like this. UNLV 1990. I mean, I had a UNLV hat. I had a UNLV shirt. I was a running Rebel. I didn't know it was a Mid-American team. I thought they was a blue blood. I mean, this must be how it always is. This team is
They basically
they had
in those days. Blue blood.
and I was like, and you see why Ed O'Bannon and them reneged from going there. It was like they was paying, it was paying dudes. Because I was like, why would Larry Johnson go to UNLV, number one player at a JUCO? You get paid. Why would Stacey Augmon go to UNLV at a mirror, Pasadena Mirror as the number one player in California? He's getting paid. I was like, I'm taking me a recruiting trip to UNLV and see what's going on down there. UNLV was a pro team, man.
They and it was Tarkanian's like third or fourth Final Four during his time at UNLV. So they were building up to be a blue blood. And I think the NCAA was like, man, we can't let some team from Vegas become a blue blood. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of this team.
James Mack said Rebels. Rio said UNLV easy. Shot Time Mo said by 20. Hey, give him a dub. Minus 20. I know the running Rebels got paid. Tark was business big time money, man. Big time. He said, hey, man, I don't want to know about it. Just make sure them boys take care of. Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon was so dope in college. Man, Anderson Hunt was my favorite player. Anderson Hunt didn't make the NBA. But my man...
He was the finals MVP. Didn't get to the NBA.
This dude,
that's crazy.
This dude, man, I'm like, how did Anderson Hunt not make the league? I'm like, the Fab Five. Somebody said the Fab Five versus UNLV 91 or 90, and I'm like, dude, the worst player, well, the guy who didn't go to the league was like the best player on the team in UNLV. Whereas you got Jim Jackson and Jimmy King. What's his name? Reggie Jackson. Ray Jackson and Jimmy King didn't make the league, and they were pretty good players, but they weren't, you know what I'm saying? Anderson Hunt, do you know what he did? He was like Chris Jackson and Steph Curry in them days, man. I mean, that dude was a
But beast. The thing is, that would give that Michigan team the advantage. Chris Webber and Larry Johnson kind of cancel each other out. Jalen Rose is too big for Greg Anthony, even though Greg Anthony is tough as hell. Mm-hmm. And then who guards Juwan Howard? Augmon is a great player, but he's not guarding Juwan Howard. But if UNLV got in transition, it's over with. They run through the.
I put Moses Scurry on him. I put Moses Scurry on him and let him scream a little bit. Moses Scurry and George Ackles.
He was 5 years old when he played.
Hey man, UNLV had grown men. UNLV looked like an ABA team. Them dudes, them dudes ain't going to class. George Ackles ain't going to class. Moses Scurry ain't going to class. Larry Johnson got a gold tooth in the front. He ain't going to class. Come on, man. That was a pro team.
They were grown men. Them boys. That UNLV team was grown men, and that's why we all say they blew that game against Duke. Because Duke was boys. Them dudes was men.
Man.
No way they.
Yeah, man. Larry Johnson had a wife and house note and bills. And, I mean, the only legitimate recruit was Stacey Augmon. Everybody else was suspect. Greg Anthony had a business. He didn't have no scholarship. He was paying for way to school. And
car dealership.
Nobody knows where Anderson Hunt came from. He didn't have no birth certificate. He was just out there. He probably was a pro. He was probably a pro. He probably came from overseas. We don't know nothing about Anderson Hunt. Matter of fact, that's a weird name. Like your name is Anderson Hunt. Like that's a first name and the last name. The last name and the first name is. Where did this guy come from? He didn't have no stars in high school. What high school did he go to? He didn't go to high school. What? We found him on the street playing in the corner by himself, balling.
And if you see that UNLV documentary, Greg Anthony was the president of the Republican club on campus. Like these are grown men. These ain't no kids. He's a
Republican.
Start on your basketball team, head of the Republican club.
He turned down the scholarship. He said, "How much does the scholarship pay? And I can't make money. Psh, I'll pay my way to school and I'll play point guard and go on to play in the NBA for 12, 15 years." Rio said, I would say UNLV team would get beat by the Fab Five. Man, please, the Fab Five didn't win a championship. 2 years in a row.
The Fab Five team, though, people forget, man. They lost to an all-time great Duke team, and the North Carolina team was no slouches either, man. They had some ballers on the teams, and the fact that, and I'll give this, any coach that went up against Steve Fisher in those days was a better coach.
Wow.
Steve Fisher wasn't that great of a coach.
He was a great recruiter.
He can get out.
He was a great recruiter. Great recruiter. Anderson Hunt shoots them out the gym. He shot them out, but when he was on, it's a wrap. Now I know
Yes, sir.
if you go back to the what with the game plan coach, hey guys, I got 5 freshmen coming in here, and Rob Pelinka was like, what?
Palinka's still salty because
Pelinka was like, wait a minute, I'm better than Jimmy. I'm better than Jimmy King.
Yeah, right.
I'm better than Ray Jackson.
Yeah, right.
Nah, bro, you need to get in the weight room. Them boys was grown men playing defense. UNLV's first team was in 1977-78. Reggie Theus. Yeah, Deke. Reggie Theus was a baller, but he wasn't not that 1990 squad. Reggie Theus.
They had Armand Gilliam. People forget the
Armand
late
Gilliam.
80s. They had Armand Gilliam.
Armand Gilliam, Reggie Theus.
All this OB, man.
Yeah, but how do you put together the squad? Rio said to stop it, AC. UNLV wouldn't stand a chance. Are you kidding me, Rio? Are you kidding me? All right, do your research, Rio. UNLV 91 is one of the best teams ever. I'll only put them second to the 1968 UCLA Bruins with Lou Alcindor. As far as their dominance, 2-year dominance, 30-3 and 30-0, and no man, the Fab Five were great, but they had some losses both of those years. They were great.
They had a lot of they had a lot of losses to some really good teams. Those Indiana teams, the Ohio State teams,
Yeah.
The Kansas team, the North Carolina team, the Duke team that they lost to, the Purdue team that they
Those some
lost
good
to.
teams.
Those were some really good teams. They had more parity in their schedule because UNLV was playing in the Big West, but UNLV was beating the Big West teams by like 50, 60 points.
And then when they did play Michigan, when they played Michigan, that was supposed to be their big test. They got to play against Ramil Robinson and Glenn Rice, or whoever was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same situation. Let's see. They were paying to get Anderson Hunt from Detroit. Oh man, he's from Detroit, and you end up in UNLV.
Yeah. He went to the same high school Jalen Rose went to.
I want to see the transcripts. 'Cause Anderson, I don't like to stereotype my brothers, but as good as Anderson Hunt was, he was AI, man. This dude, I mean, he was the spark plug.
He came in the wrong time. He came in at the wrong time. He got to the NBA in the wrong century, the wrong decade.
Real.
If he'd have waited about 5 more years, he'd have easily been in the NBA. His game transcended to the more modern game at that point.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys were too. Like I think Rod Strickland was too early. Kenny Anderson was too early. All these magicians with the rock, they would love today's game. Weber and Jalen would have been too much. No, man, Weber would have been just as good as Larry Johnson. Jalen Rose did not impress me to the way that you were impressed by Jalen Rose. He was 6'5" point guard, yes, but he wasn't gonna kill you.
6'7" point guard, wasn't he? Wasn't Jalen Rose like 6'7"?
He was silky.
He was tall.
He was silky smooth, but Jalen Rose wasn't gonna, kill you like Anderson Hunt was gonna kill you. It would have been a great game, but I got UNLV by 15. Just because.
You ready for the last one?
Let's do it. All right, what we got?
The last, 2007 Florida with Green, Horford, Brewer, Noah, Richard,
Two-time
and
champs.
Mo Buckets.
Two-time champs.
Two-time champs against the other two-time champs of Duke, the 92, Leitner, Hill, Hurley, Davis, Lang, Parks, and the other Hill. Who you got?
Man, I hate Duke. So it's hard for me to ever pick Duke. Oh man, I hate Duke like it's SC or something. I don't mean hate. I think I hate Duke more than I hate SC.
Wow.
That's a hate.
Saying a lot.
That's hate.
That's saying a lot.
That's like my son. You can't go to Duke. You can go to SC. You can't go to Duke.
Honey, Duke.
I'm gonna go. Who's on the Duke team again? That's what year I graduated from high school. So that was
You got Leitner, the Hills, Hurley, Davis, Lang, Parks
versus Joakim Noah, Brewer,
Al Horford.
Oh.
Some guy Richard, Torian Green, and Mo Buckets.
Them guys. That's the team that beat UCLA twice, right?
Oh, I hate Florida ever since then. I hate the Gators. I hate the whole school. Ever since they beat us in that final.
Yeah.
I hate the way you probably hate Duke.
And who was the Florida coach? Was it the same guy that coached OKC?
Yep. Billy Donovan.
I'm gonna go with Duke, man. As much as I hate to say it, I hate both teams, but Duke is Duke. Grant Hill is one of my favorite players to ever come out of Duke. Probably the only player I ever liked besides Jay Will. I like Jay Will.
Corey Maggette.
I hate.
Oh, I do love
I like Corey Maggette. I got personal connection to Corey Maggette. My wife's good
I like
friend.
Corey Maggette.
Yeah, my wife's
Love this
girlfriend
game,
used to be
man.
his boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. But yeah, I'm going with Duke, man. You heard it here first. First time ever.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go Duke too.
I would
I'm
say
gonna go Duke as well.
in my brackets, when I pick brackets every year, I always have Duke losing. I always pick Duke to lose. I pick Duke to lose, and I pick Arizona to lose, just because.
Yes.
Just because.
You sound like I think Duke ends on to lose. The college basketball teams, along with Florida now, basketball teams I hate.
I'll take that L.
hate
If they
them.
win, so what? I want them to lose. I'm picking them to lose. That's a tough one, man. But yeah, Duke 92. And they said women's. You said bonus. Women's. Oh,
That women's
boy.
bonus, man.
Women's bonus.
And you know it's just the world against UConn, right? So let's go with probably your favorite UConn team because they got your girl on there, Sue Bird.
Sue Bird on there.
So we got the 2002 UConn team with Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Swin Cash going up against 83 USC with Miller, Cooper, and the McGee twins. Who you got?
Oh, sheesh. I can't go against Cheryl Miller, man. Because who knows how good she would have been in the WNBA. She's my GOAT in women's basketball. And then the McGee twins, man, you figure that's a big three, man. Even though UConn had a big 7, them the girls that put the game on the map, man. I'm going SC. I'm going SC versus my UConn Huskies.
As much as it hurts for me to say this, I'm going with SC too. But I put Cheryl Miller on a pedestal of basketball. She is our video got interrupted.
Yeah.
She is without a doubt the goddess of basketball.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with that. Then the way Cynthia Cooper dominated the WNBA, I'm gonna have to go with her too. Cynthia Cooper and Sue Bird might be the 2 best point guards in WNBA history right now.
Shot-Time Mo said SC by 47. Good Lord.
Jesus Christ, Mo.
Shoot.
They not. UConn ain't getting on the court. That's what it seems
Like Sue Bird and them came. Like, you mean, why y'all even here? Cheryl Swoops is an MJ of women's basketball. That's up for debate. I wouldn't even say, you know, man, how hard it is to be the MJ of something. Like, I don't think we have the MJ of today. Like, Kobe was the second coming because he had all the same moves. But who's the woman's player you are measuring everyone up to? It's Cheryl.
Yeah.
You got Diana.
To this day,
Diana Taurasi.
never seen her as a pro.
Yeah.
Never seen her as a pro, and she's still the standard of what women's basketball would have been. Of what it.
Lisa dominated for so long. Lisa gets some votes. What's the young lady's name that played for Houston with the big lips?
Tina Thompson. That's Weldon's.
As
Weldon's cousin.
Weldon's cousin. She was for a while,
Yeah.
and then you had, Swoops came along, and Cash, and all these other women came along that was comparable. And then you have Taurasi, who's done it for 20 years, and she's Kobe's protege. And she just get buckets. And even though she's old, she got a turnaround game now. So we're still waiting to see it. But for me, it's still Cheryl, man. I love
Taurasi played basketball, honey, in 2000. Her last year was like 2001.
Was she old? No.
I mean, she in her 30s.
So that don't mean she old.
Okay, you're right,
She's been
honey.
playing for almost
still
20
getting
years.
buckets at 30s.
She's been getting buckets for a long time. Now you said
Gorgeous swing.
98 Tennessee. 98 Tennessee.
98.
Uh-huh. There could be more.
Who's on that team?
98 Tennessee versus 2000. Wait. Oh, actually, I had no.
That was
I think I got
against
backwards.
2010 UConn or 2002? Oh, you put
It was,
2015 UConn.
2015 UConn. 98 Tennessee, 2015 UConn. Who you got?
Who's on that UConn team? 2015. Is that?
UConn. You got Tiffany Hayes, Maya Moore, and the new one? Oh, the one that just won. Hold up, 15-16.
Yeah.
No, that's Fana Stewart, Kia Nurse, Gabby Williams, and Morgan Tuck. They're going against Hose Claw Catchings,
Oh,
Randall.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. You figure? I
Okay.
remember. I remember Holsclaw and Catchings, man. And Catchings is Hall of Fame material. And if Holsclaw didn't have the
The
depression,
mental break.
yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
was one of them special players too. Now, Maya Moore and them, man, they were incredible. Did they lose a game? I don't know if they lost a game.
No, no, Maya Moore and them lost. No, this is a 2015-16 team. The 2015-16 team with Gabby Williams and Brianna
Okay,
Stewart and
yeah,
them, no, they didn't lose. It's been undefeated.
but they still don't stand out to me like the South Carolina team. So I'm gonna go Tennessee because Tennessee made some noise. They were on the cover of magazines. They were headlining like Saturday morning Channel 2. They were big time, man. It was
Yeah, they were.
a big deal to watch Holsclaw and Catchings and Pat Summit.
Hmm.
So again, I'm going against UConn in this one, even though
Man, I thought you was a big UConn
I am,
fan,
man.
What you
But I
doing?
remember. It was just like, man, Tennessee was a monster. They took Louisiana Tech off the map. Like they pushed them out the way, and
Yeah,
they were the
did.
new squad. I mean, they put SC off the map too. They were the new squad for a while, and UConn came in and destroyed it. So
That whole. Uh-huh.
UConn has become the standard. But Tennessee, for as long as Pat Summitt was a coach, they were the ones. They were the ones.
Yeah, that football team with Kirk Catchings and Randall, they won 3 straight national titles. So they were good.
3 straight national
were
titles. It pretty much says it all.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Last matchup. We got the 2010 UConn Huskies with Tiffany Hayes, Maya Moore, and Tina Charles going up against the 2012 Baylor team with Odyssey Sims, Destiny Williams, and Brittany Griner. Who you got?
Oh. Say the UConn girls again, or women. I'm sorry, I don't want
Tiffany Hayes,
to. Tiffany
Maya
Hayes.
Moore, Tina Charles.
Oh
That's a hell of a team. That's a hell of a team.
man.
Just them 3 alone is a hell of a team.
Well, you figure you just need really good guard play and some support, and you got that kind of support. My God, I'm going UConn with this one. I know Brittany can dunk and all that good stuff, but nah, man, I got them Huskies on this one.
I agree with you, man. I'm gonna go with them. I'm going with them Huskies. I don't even think that Baylor team with Brittany Griner was the best of the Baylor teams. I think the one that won it in 2019 was their best team, but this team was transcended because how great Brittany Griner was in college in that year. She dominated. That Baylor team was unstoppable. And then they got cheated the next year to Louisville. The refs were just making some of the most horrendous calls, so they didn't go back to back. But I'm gonna go with that UConn team because I think Maya Moore, and people will disagree with me, I think she's probably the second best women's basketball player ever.
Wow.
I know some people might disagree with me, but I've seen Maya Moore ball and the WNBA with the Minnesota Lynx, and I've seen her ball in college, and I'm like, that girl is unstoppable when she wants to be. Whenever she got the term, I'm going to play, she was unstoppable. So I'm gonna have to say that because I think she's the best player in UConn history, and that's saying a lot because Sue Bird is great.
Right.
Dan Taurasi's great.
Right.
Tina Charles is a killer in the WNBA, but I'm gonna have to go Maya Moore.
Yeah.
So I think I'll take that team.
Maya Moore is so great. She getting people out of prison and marrying them.
And married him.
That's great.
When I seen that story, I was like, "What's the interest? Why is she so interested in getting this guy out? Out of all the guys, is probably innocent in jail. As soon as that dude get out, they got married." I said, "Oh, I see what."
Them some serious conjugal visits. Somebody was
Think about it.
in love. This is my man. I'm gonna get him out and clean him up, and we gonna start a foundation. I might play ball again. I might not. But my career is on hold. I'm going to get my man. I said, more power to you, Maya Moore. Not mad at you one bit. Sisters, take notes.
Mad at her.
Go get you a man, even if you're in prison. Get you one.
Hey, put like this. That dude, when dudes was like, "Dude, really? You date Maya Moore
Man.
and you in the cell next to me?"
He's like,
Oh, man.
they be like,
Hey,
bruh.
you need to call up Spurs, Win Cash. Call up the rest of UConn girls. See, they need some men.
Hey,
That needs to
man.
get out.
Hey, love is a powerful thing. Very powerful thing. And I was like, why is she I was like, man, what is the attraction? What's going on? And like, she knew him when she was young. So when she was smitten as a young girl and she kept in contact and this is a good dude, that's powerful, man. That's powerful. And nothing you can do about that except respect it. Respect it. All right, man.
James Mike said that's better than Lil Wayne being her husband. Lil Wayne is a gremlin, bro.
True that.
You can't tell me somebody didn't feed him after midnight.
Man, when I saw him with Lauren London and what's the other little girl that was cute for a while? The little Puerto Rican girl. She was in Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Christina Milian.
Yeah, I'm like, Lil Wayne's getting all these little tenders.
That's on that was on Wild 'N Out that time. What was her name? I hate that. I'm getting old. I'm losing my name. Toya Reed.
Toya Reed.
Toya something. That's Lil Wayne's other baby mama.
No, yeah. Man. I said that's that rap money. Because when I saw Toni Braxton dating Baby, I said this is the world's coming to an end. Why is Toni Braxton dating Baby from Cash Money Records? You got class, girl. Now you don't. You with Baby from Cash Money. You just lost every ounce of class you ever had. Toni Braxton's a hood rat.
And Baby was the one that had the allegations that he was bisexual too. He was the one that would come out and say a thing, kissing Lil Wayne on the mouth.
Put some respect on my name. And are we done or is we finished?
We finished. Are we done or are we?
No, he said, "Is we? Are we done or is we? Is we finished?"
We putting too proper English on what he said.
Too much. We gave him too much credit. Lil Wayne looked like a little animal. Lil Wayne looked like a straight demon. Like there's a demon on that dude.
I'm telling you, somebody fed Lil Wayne after midnight. He used to be plush and cuddly, and then they fed him after midnight.
It's a wrap.
And my man just
update.
Deacon Hill said update.
Julie. Meeting soon to have league this summer. All right. But 25% attendance allocation, masks, temperature checks, and vaccines must be verified.
Hey, long as you can get me an ACN, Deacon Hill, I'm good.
He gonna hand us.
I don't care about everybody.
He gonna have us.
Get us.
He gonna hand us some referee shirts. Here you go. This is how you gonna get in. You got a ref. You got a ref a Drew League game. You know how hard it would be to ref a Drew League game.
Dude, I ain't calling nothing.
You gotta call something, ref. Nah, bro.
I ain't calling.
Man up,
nothing.
Man up. This the Drew League. Hand checking is legal. Hand check is legal. Your name ain't James Harden. Play ball. All right, bro.
I ain't calling nothing.
Last words. What you got, man?
Man, send a shout out to my boy Cedric Ledette. He usually comes and checks in. His father just passed away, so I'm sending out love and prayers and support for my man Ced, one of my closest friends, one of my best friends, man. So shout out to him and prayers to his family, and also to the victims of what happened on Tuesday with the massage parlors in Atlanta. I mean, to me, it seemed like they were so busy, quick to make this a hate crime. This dude is suffering from something else, and this is very serious. Sexual addiction. We gotta do something about it, man. People with sexual addiction have trauma. They have a hard time dealing with what's reality and what's fake. Probably watch too much Pornhub. Probably watch too much of the whatever else that there is out there to watch porn, and they just they go crazy. They lose their mind. I know some people are like, man, that's the best. I said it to my wife. I think that's the best thing to be addicted to. But we can see how when the devil was a part of that, you can take it to the point where you're killing people because you don't want temptation. So let's hope that there's no repeat crimes of this, and let's pray for those families out there that have to deal with this, because that's a very tragic loss. And we just hoping that this world get better.
Yeah, that is tragic. And I've seen all the Stop Asian Hate profile pics and people, trying to stand with the Asian community. I don't know how that's a thing. Like, I'm from Long Beach, man. I grew up with Asians and Pacific Islanders and Latinos and whites, and it's a melting pot where I'm from, man. So it's hard for me to even fathom that would be a target for people. And I know you talked about it last night on your show. It's no room for it, man. And that's kind of why we pray about that at my church. We pray against racism and hate and discrimination. So we continue to spread that idea, the notion, the actual activity of love and showing compassion and empathy for people. So there's no room for that. On another note, I went and got my little vaccine today. I got my little Johnson & Johnson sticker. As opposed to it as I was. I know that it makes things a lot more, I would say, say comfortable around the house, and that people in my house know that we're making necessary steps to be safe. And my only hang up is that they said my son was too young to take it at 16. He just turned 16. So I'm like, everybody's vaccinated except my son. So is he at more risk? It's just like, that's what prayer is for, to stand in the gap for, where you don't have the answers. But we went down, and my coach, former coach Earl Parker, his church held an event that they had the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And my church, Christian Community Center, Los Angeles and Long Beach, we went down there pretty deep and got our vaccines, man. So we ready to rock and roll and move on to the next thing in life, man. Get rid of this COVID-19, continue to mask up, continue to stay social distance, and continue to, see things open up slowly but surely and with wisdom. Don't just jump up and go to the game. Still make sure it's the thing to do. Make sure you go in places that are taking precautions and not acting like there's no coronavirus. It's still very alive and well. It's still killing people. My thing is, what happened to the flu? What happened to the flu? Nobody got the flu in 2 years. But, that's a whole nother conversation, man. But in the meantime, I'm doing my part, do your part. Continue to spread love, not the virus.
Yeah, and I get my second Pfizer shot next month, so yeah, me and the wife will be fully vaccinated. You just can't wait for this stuff to be allowed for our kids to get it, so we can, have some defense, man.
Yeah.
Deacon Hill said, "Stay prayed up, baby."
Yeah, he said, "Breathe." You want to shout out my brother-in-law, our pastor, got a new single. Let's see if I have it. I do have it. His new single is called "Breathe," and I like to play it whenever I get a chance. Take us out like this. Who's shouting out here? Trust God, Deacon Hill, yes sir. Good show, Jimmy Mack. Miss Mack, he can take the Pfizer at 16. Well, we'll see. 16-year-old took the Pfizer shot for the son. The vaccine for youth, the Pfizer. All right, we might look into it. All right, y'all. Until next time, man. 1585. That's Mac.
1585. Continue to celebrate Women's Month.
There's still a few more days left. Celebrate them sisters. Pop your wife on the bum real quick. Let her know she still got it. Pow! There you go, baby. Appreciate you. All right, man.
All right, man. Take care. Hey, everybody take care. Be safe.
Yes, sir.
Gotta free your mind, get on one